Brown coal, like this pit in Victoria, has powered Australia for a century. ASX-listed Aussie Broadband sits on the edge of Morwell's open cut. Inside,
yep, fair enough.
Claire Morrissey helps manage over 200 employees.
Seeing Dad working at the power station all his life, I'm really proud of that because what the power stations around here have done is propelled Victoria's innovation.
Just a kilometre away, the site of the former Hazelwood power station where her father John Morrissey worked as an engineer for 35 years.
I grew up out of town in Traralgon South and I guess always part of the community. It's always just been part of what we do.
Chris was one of the 1,000 workers at Hazelwood. At one point, he, his father and grandfather were working alongside one another.
It's real. You know, those boilers blew up, people were retrenched. It's real.
Chris knows change is coming as the community scrambles to build new industries and create jobs.
We're seeing this forced transition as we're seeing the criticality of the climate change issues that are occurring. And also simply the competition in terms of pricing on renewables and simply also the age of the stations.
Coal-fired power generation is the single largest source of greenhouse gases. At the Glasgow Climate Summit, more than 40 countries committed to phasing out coal in the next 3 decades. But Australia wasn't one of them. The clock is ticking.
Victoria's oldest and dirtiest coal-fired power station will be closed earlier than planned.
Plants have been shut and others will follow.
The region's gone into economic decline. The whole place is facing extinction, would be the best description.
4 decades after he started, Geoff Dyke is still a part of the 1,500-strong power workforce in the valley. The slumping cost of renewables are bringing the end of coal closer.
And so the question is, with their power industry expertise, is where do they go? What do they move into?
The Victorian state government has spent more than $250 million trying to find the answer.
There is a lot of interest locally and early investment into wind, solar, hydrogen, bioenergy, any sorts of energy production and setting the path for their own future.
But concerns remain. In a community scarred by the privatisation of the State Electricity Commission, the SEC, in the early 90s. There were 15,000 school students in the area then. Despite Victoria's mammoth population growth in the past 30 years, there are just over 11,000 students now.
I grew up near here and I've seen the pain of the transition to privatisation costing thousands of jobs. Communities here remember that and they don't want to see the same kind of carnage again. As the world moves away from fossil fuels, all they want is a viable plan to transition to a new kind of industry.
Are we seeing the acceptance of the inevitable? Yes, we are.
It was an age and we need to think about what's next.
At a time when next equals now.